What's up everyone, thanks for tuning in. So today I'm going to be talking about installing second generation Honda Prelude upper control arms on your third generation Accord. So you have the options of having camber correction if you want to, and it's a pretty cheap option, and to my knowledge it's the only option that's available right now for camber correction. Yeah, and shout out to Steven Turner for reminding me to do this. I know I mentioned it before, but I completely spaced about it, so thanks dude. Okay, so let's talk about the upper control arms that our cars came with, the third generation Accord. So this is what they look like, general idea. Looks from the bottom. Now removal of this is actually somewhat fairly simple. All you got to do is eject the car up first, take the wheel off, and then there's going to be a cover. This is actually a cover right here. Two 10mm bolts. Pull it out. I believe it's a 12. You're going to need a 12mm or 14. There's going to be a nut right here with a cotter pin. Loosen that off, and then you're going to need one of these bad boys, pickle fork. Go through here and then basically pry and pop off the ball joint. At this time it'd be a pretty good idea that if you're going to be doing this, you might as well replace your ball joints as well. And then once the lower control arm is loose and dangling, then there's only two bolts holding this whole assembly up in place, and you got to go through the engine bay, and it is these two right here. Now you guys may have some extra stuff right here. None of it should get in shouldn't be in the way too much for you to be able to not get to these. And that's pretty much about it for disassembly. And then I'll talk about the next part of actually disassembling this and a little slight mod you're going to need to do to make the second generation Prelude arms work. Okay, now looking at the Prelude upper arm, looks very similar, eh? Okay. I don't know why I said A, I'm not Canadian at all. So, as you can see, very similar in design, except you have these two bolts. And that's gonna be a little, might be difficult to see. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be pretty difficult to see. So, let me see if I can get this. You guys can see, okay, you can barely see. See that right there, little black spot, little hole right there? So the way this camber works is you loosen these two bolts up, and they shift this way or this way, and obviously one's going to give you more positive camber, more negative camber, depending. So everything bolts up same exact way. Trust me, it's back there. So here's the one weird thing about it. So the actual width of the arm itself is not right. So sorry. It's a little bit shorter lengthwise this way than the stock Accord one. So what you're going to have to do is, what I ended up doing, I know it's kind of hard to see, you're going to have to loosen the bolt that goes through this whole arm right here and pull it out. And this whole spot, I know, trust me, it's pretty, when you guys loosen this stuff, it's going to make total sense. This arm right here and that one right there all come apart from this whole assembly. What you're gonna have to end up doing is, what I recommend is bolting this on the top in the engine bay, both of them. Figure out what the width is that you need to fill in, and then you can either use metal spacers, you can use modified bushings, which is what I've used. I've actually done both. At one point when these used to be on the hatchback, I ran metal washers, and then I ran like modified bushings. I think they were like energy suspension, or like they're like black ones or just the generic ones. And yeah, I honestly didn't really notice the difference, like any excess vibrating or any change in the way it drove using either material. So either one will work as long as it's just spaced out correctly, and obviously there's not going to be any space to where any of these can just like rock back and forth. So that's pretty much about it. It's super simple. I know I didn't really take these apart to show you guys more in depth and stuff, but if you guys really want me to, send me a comment down below, and I'll see if I can find some time. And because I know, as you can tell, this ball joint needs to be replaced, so this needs to be popped off anyway. I'll do a more thorough instructional video on that. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. And really, okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.